I had to search for him, while Nick stays behind at the shore. He claims that if they do not return within an hour, he will leave the place alone. The others agree and head deep into the forest in search of Richie. Not long after, Nick begins to hear noises in the distance. He thus takes out his knife and heads into the woods to investigate. To his horror, he soon discovers several dressed scarecrows, as well as a tree decorated with accessories of the victims. Even worse, he discovers his great-grandpa's hat among them. However, he notices a tribesman in camouflage nearby. The terrified guide immediately runs for his life, being pursued by the tribesman. He eventually reaches the kayak, and everything goes silent for a while. Nick assumes the attacker is gone, but then all of a sudden... Meanwhile, the trio eventually arrives at the cave, where the biker woman was attacked earlier. They discover the empty, bloodied helmet there, right when Richie shows up out of nowhere while laughing. He apologizes and says he left the camp because he couldn't sleep. And so, they ask him about the bag containing the phones, but he claims he didn't take them. While heading back to the kayak, AJ asks Richie if everything is okay and why he disappeared like that. In response, Richie suddenly accuses him of being jealous of his success. He claims that AJ married a beautiful girl like Maya and got a job without any hard work, but it's still not enough for him. Richie then hands AJ his phone, claiming that it is now working. This makes AJ realize that Richie must have checked his phone and is now aware of his affair. When they return to the shore, they find Nick missing, along with his kayak. They think he abandoned them, but find his knife on the ground. The group then boards the remaining 2 kayaks and decides to leave on their own. However, after a while of sailing, they come across Nick's kayak on a shore and wonder if he's still nearby. The others notice a pot in the distance and proceed to investigate. But then, they come across the horrific sight of Nick's head boiling inside the pot, which scares the life out of them. The group now realizes that the guide was right about the cannibals and immediately returns to their kayaks. Hit like for final part.